The Marketplace, Between Yesterday and Tomorrow, a collection of short stories from Val's Sanctuary of Creativity. At the confluence of the two rivers, there where two valleys join in a T, was a large bare parking lot and a few acres of uncured land. Sometimes throughout the year, a caravan of gypsies settled there for a few weeks or months. During those times, the settlement became a danger zone, and we were warned to stay away from that area. We would take walks along the riverbed from one town to the other, and when the gypsies were present, it always felt exciting and exotic. During the summer months, youth from 3 neighboring towns would occupy the empty space with their bowls and bikes. I had my first driving lessons there. From near and far, everyone knew that the area was designated for the yearly end of October fall market that lasted for 3 days. The market was conveniently located within walking distance from the railroad station and the bus depot in this city of about 10,000. When the leaves turned on their fall colors, the days felt considerably shorter and the weather turned brisk. Then we all started to gear up for our yearly 3-day market experience. Throughout the year, the children had already saved every lira for the Luna Park, the ultimate entertainment establishment, at times with circus and other attractions. My favorite was the go-kart course. I am certain that my mother's big expectations was the socializing that was about to happen. She would be meeting many relatives and people that she hadn't seen in years. There was so much to catch up on. My dad usually went to the market once a day to pick us up or to pick up the shopping bags left on the outskirts of the market. Some years it was rainy, and then we would waddle through the mud, still dressed in our good clothes. The market was engulfed in the aroma of roasting chestnuts, sausages, and rows of chickens on the grill. The stream of people was denser than Fifth Avenue during Christmas time. Even though it was late in the year, the ice cream man with his homemade gelato was always a fixture. And my taste buds still recall every nuance of his nocciola or hazelnut ice cream. People from all the adjacent valleys and from beyond the border flocked to the market event. We'd meet a cousin's neighbor who lived deep inside the valley, my mother's former school friend whom she hadn't seen in 20 years, the seamstress from the next town, and on and on. It was one big market party. If the children were good, meaning well-behaved, and patiently waited while the adults chatted away, we were promised some time at the Luna Park. We followed my mother through toy and handbag stands, Italian dress shirts, sausage and cheese stands, bags of nuts, tractors, poultry, and all kinds of farm animals, and novelties. Men were generally dressed in striped or plaid dress shirts, a sweater vest, a tweed-worsted wool jacket, and a short-brimmed, feather-adorned fedora. Many wore a blue apron under their blazers. All carried a rucksack or backpack. Most men had sun-exposed, leathery brown, wrinkly skin and workers' hands. They were the hard-working farmers of our land. Some had mustache and beards. Some smoked cigarettes or pipes. The men were there to make deals. The ones that didn't fit that picture were either vendors, youngsters, or most probably foreigners. Women wore their braided hair buns with velvet ribbons or covered their head in colorful scarves. They came dressed in checkered tweed skirt suits, warm stockings, good shoes, and a handbag with a wallet full of money. The women were in charge of buying. My mother would buy for the year. Most of the clothing for the family, socks, wool and fabric to be knitted and sewn into garments, bags of chestnuts and chests of tangerines. To this day, I still don't know how she managed to buy all the Christmas presents and toys without us suspecting anything. A few years ago, I revisited the market with a friend. We ate roasted chestnuts, marveled over an avant-garde essential oil stand, and did some people watching. The latest fashion trends, nose rings, and purple-colored hair replaced the men and women I have described above. Those are a rarity now. We met people that we hadn't seen in a while, and it was still a great market experience. Still enticing with novelty and still brimming with entertainment. Today it's more a tradition, whereas yesterday it had grown organically out of necessity and a free market enterprise.